A meet the expert session would have a topic for the session, so either the customer would have requested it, or we would have recommended the meet the expert session based on either a ticket. And then as we resolve an incident ticket, would say to the customer, we would suggest that we have an MTE session to break this further. And then the session will then be based on that topic. And then it would be normally very engaging based on the topic, and would give out reports, would share out our also experience and best practice based on previous problems or what we've seen with other customers as well. And then it usually then goes on to build up to a situation where a customer would either then get to the aha moment from that MTE session. Say, oh, aha, okay, now I see why we've been having this kind of a problem. Oh, now I see why we've been struggling to implement a certain concept or project. So that's how they usually end. And from one MTE session, it usually invites a few more, all right? But it differs from customer to customer, yeah.
And this is a kind of sessions that they will never get anywhere else, and allows them to sometimes understand that the skills are maybe not in the integration team they're having currently. So they're allowing us to help them define the right way. That's something which is really appreciated, in fact, by the customers I have been doing that with.
The customer can not only ask a support question, but when they don't know exactly a specific feature, they can have a session with the expert in Origina and explain what is their pain, and then we can have a full day session or a multiple day session to train them, educate them, and in fact try to understand their problem and how we will solve them, or at least see if there is a project required to solve that problem, if that's not a couple of hours issue.
So the first thing that happens is that I get a proposal asking if I'm happy to provide support for a specific customer with a specific product. If I accept it, the next thing that happens is that I receive a request to provide or to review a technical questionnaire for the customer so that we understand better the environment of the customer. Then there is an onboarding session with the customer, which is a meeting in which we discuss the answers of the questionnaire, and also the customer has the opportunity to raise issues that are very important for them, and we are starting having generic recommendations about these issues. We usually recommend to use the Meet the Expert sessions to go deeper into details, and also the customer receives a training to start raising tickets. Then they start doing it, and we start resolving problems for the customer.
If we look at the way our industry treats customer support, a customer calls into a call center. The call center has a script that they recite. At the end of that script, a customer gets access to somebody who has another diagnostic script. And maybe at the end of that experience, a customer actually gets access to somebody who understands the software well enough to have a coherent professional conversation. Up until that third, fourth, fifth step in, you're always talking to somebody who's reading from a script. The script is very well thought out. The script is designed to make the delivery of support a very efficient process for the selling organization. The problem that you have with that model, though, is that you never get beyond the symptoms that made somebody call. You never explore the reasons that the symptoms surfaced. With Meet the Experts, you have the opportunity to talk to people who have very deep, I've got half a century of expertise. Almost all of our GIEs have a minimum of 25 years experience. And you get 3 or 4 of us in the same room, and you're going to get some interesting viewpoints about what your software is designed to do, what it can be made to do, how that marries your company's needs, and how that can support your journey into the future. The Meet the Experts session isn't a break-fix kind of get-together. It's a let's explore the heart and soul of what this software does and what we could do with our existing capital investment.